All right, welcome back. Brett here. So, what are the sources for digital data? Well, there are any number of sources of digital data, many of which are software programs that have to do with providing some kind of a digital product or service. So, for example, if you have a YouTube channel and YouTube's giving you data, analytic data, that is a source of data. YouTube Studio Dashboard is telling you how many people are on your videos, what they're watching, how long they're watching, if they're clicking through to another video, how many people subscribe to which videos and most often. I mean, there's a lot of information that YouTube's going to be giving you. Some of that data is incredibly valuable. For example, if you go watch your videos and you go into the data for the exact video, it'll give you a time graph of that video, getting a little bit down a rabbit hole here, but you go into a little time graph of that video and it'll show you the exact moments where people tuned in and actually really focused in, or they were skipping around and they were tuned out. You can see the exact words that you say in a video and how engaged your audience was in that video. So that data, very valuable. Okay, so YouTube, Google Analytics that measures your website. Google Analytics is going to tell you what pages people on, how long are they on there, how many people are on your website, what are they doing when they're there, are they converting while they're on your website, meaning signing up for something and giving you personal information. Okay, so Google Analytics is a source of data. Google Tag Manager is a sort of middle ground source of data. We'll get into Google Tag Manager in another course. Google Search Console, which we have a full course on, you can check that out. Google Search Console, huge source of data for what's coming in from Google. Bing Web Tools, which is how you get your content onto Bing search engine. It's going to give you data on who's coming and who's going and what they're doing. Now, and then of course, this is social media dashboards. Everything else is also a source of data. Advertising, digital advertising accounts are going to give you data about user behavior. And again, all these organizations, all these companies are feeding you this data so you can make decisions. Okay, so lastly, I do want to point out that the digital world works exactly like the physical world, in the sense that the data is the same. It's just easier to collect online. We can get more of it. Okay, so physically in a brick and mortar, those door counters, those are creating digital data. Every time you walk in, it goes, ding dong. It's creating digital data. Here's how many people roughly, obviously you got the kids like jumping back and forth and tricking it. Ha ha ha. But it's giving a rough estimate of how many people are coming in and out of the store. And then they can start comparing that to sales rates and all these other things. And they can say, oh, look, we're up, we're down. This is what people are doing right now in the economy. And this is how we need to change our financial positions based on this. So you can get data from in-person interactions with your business as well. And so whether that's checking in at a booth at the front door, if it's a church or a ministry, that can give you data. And so there's just a lot of ways you can collect data in the physical world to, track then in a digital format and put that with the rest of your data to start creating a whole picture of the user and how they're experiencing your products, services, programs, and how you can then optimize it. So anyway, sources of data, manyfold, and it just depends on what we might call your tech stack. What are the different pieces of technology that you're using, and how are we implementing them? And then they're going to feed us the data that we need. Okay. So this is sources of data. In the next video, we're going to get into various tools, which we've kind of already gone over a few in this video, but I'll give you some tools that we can collect and analyze data with. So we'll see you there.